Welcome to the Bridging Insider. I'm Kara, and today our guest is Ellie. And Ellie, how are you hoping we can help?
So I've been getting migraines pretty much ever since I had my first child, a couple years after a prophylactic double mastectomy. And I think the two are somewhat related.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping that we can alleviate some of those symptoms.
So, mystery. Do you get the migraines just randomly, or certain times a day, or just all the time?
Just
not
randomly.
all the time, but...
There's nothing I've been able to really attribute as a trigger other than the occasional glass of wine. But it really just attacks out of nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ellie's had several different surgeries, as she mentioned, with the mastectomy, prophylactic, but some other things. So we're going to just overall take a quick assessment to see what is inhibiting motion really through her core and up at her shoulders into her neck, so that at least if there's better movement, we can see what's going on with that, and hopefully that will alleviate the migraine. There's one other wild card, which there's a vision condition that could actually be playing into things too. And we'll see if we let's see what we find, and at the end maybe we'll do a quick check to see about that too, because it may be that with all the surgeries and whatnot that it impacted how your head and eyes are actually working together. So yeah,
very interesting.
We'll see where all of this takes us. But so anyway, I'm Kara Lindell. I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute and the Bridging Technique, and we look at pain and coordination a little differently from a systems perspective, which comes from my background as a systems engineer, but also a movement specialist. And so we're going to do some problem solving today, see what's stuck, what's moving well, and try to get everything moving well.
That'd be great.
And so let's see. So first I'm going to let Ellie stand, and we're just going to see overall how's she moving. So I'm going to hold at the shoulders.
Okay.
And I'm just going to gently go from side to side, and we're going to turn. So she really doesn't move from side to side, but you do turn, and those both feel pretty equal. And then we're going to go forward and back, and that's really good. I'm going to hold down at her hips and see if we've got some sideways motion. Yes. Okay, I'm a little suspicious about whatever's going into sideways motion, because it's really different between your shoulders and your hips.
We'll do the shoulders again.
No, it's okay. We will. So sit down, and we're going to do it sitting. So first I'm going to, just sit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to just see how you turn. So this is more core rather than just legs. And what's interesting is all the motion is coming from really your rib cage. I don't feel much turning coming from down in your abdomen. And I kind of do want to know that there's a little bit coming from there. Okay, going to the side. Now you're moving from left to right, but okay, you're helping, and you don't move to the left. I'm actually pushing.
Okay.
And I'm going to push as hard, and so there's something that's different between the sides. Okay, so that could be from stuff in the abdomen. You had a surgery there. You also had a C-section, which is a surgery and pretty major. Yeah. And typically with C-sections, we do find that one side is tighter than the other.
Okay.
Let's just see. I'm going to hold gently at your head. I want to see how your head's moving when you're sitting. We'll check this laying down also. Oh, goodness. Girl, there's nothing moving there. All right, I'm going to let you go on your back.
Okay.
So right here. And quick check on legs. I don't have a feeling this is not going to be what we need to focus on with legs. Lifting, do they feel equal? Lifting, yes. Yeah. And do they turn equally? Yes. So I don't think legs are going to be our thing. I'm going to hold right kind of butt loops and see if you turn here. And that's sort of a no. Would be nice for walking and all kinds of other things. All right, let's just check arms in and of themselves. There. Let's see this one. Okay, they're both pretty good. But one other thing with arms, that got a little tight. Yeah. Okay, this is a stretchiness between your core and your shoulder. I don't think there's much stretchy there. Okay, that's going to affect shoulder and neck.
Yeah.
And let's see off the right side. Okay, this one is much easier to move to start with. However, that stretchiness at the shoulder is non-existent there also. Okay, let's hold your head, and can I move it?
Probably
The
not
answer
much
to
there.
that is no.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Good stuff.
people have been watching our videos for a while. Part of what is unique about what we do is the problem solving. So I already have a clue of things that have happened to her between surgery in her abdomen, a C-section, and then surgery at her chest. So it's like, which one? Where do we start? So what's really cool about bridging is we can test each one of those. I can support those and see where do we start getting movement restored from. So I'm going to, so C-section is going to be low. I'm not so sure that's going to play into the neck and shoulders, but I don't know. So let's, I'm going to let you bend your knees because I think this usually works out a little bit better with C-section scars. Is about that low?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to lightly compress. And then we're going to test the shoulder and see. I really can't move it up anymore, and that doesn't really help that motion, the stretchiness. The next surgery was laparoscopic, and more in the middle is where the access points would be. So that is kind of really tight. Like I want some movement in your tummy. So I'm just going to support, actually, where's your rib? So right about there. So I'm going to support just right below your ribs. Okay. Do you feel the change in your shoulder? Like I can just lift it more easily. And let's see if all of a sudden it gets stretchy. Yeah, because now your head moves a little bit. And let's see if I can adjust this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, so definitely this laparoscopic one seems to be playing in. That's your oldest surgery, isn't it?
The oldest one is the chest.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the newest one?
This is the newest one.
Okay.
Right. But the headaches are getting worse.
Okay. So the scars on the chest, under? Okay, so let's support here and let's see if this even helps more. No, it tightens up again. And this one, same thing, it tightens up again. So just from testing to see where do we support and what's our biggest bang, it's really this abdomen and the scarring through the middle. So to support that better, I'm going to use a different peanut, bigger one. And you okay with your legs just holding them up? Okay. So I'm just going to put this across your whole tummy. And we're just going to put some light compression. And so some of you who've been watching our videos faithfully, thank you for being here and welcome new subscribers. What you're also noticing is if you keep track of things I check, I did not check some things with her. I didn't check to see does she roll to start with. We'll check that when we're done to make sure that that is working and that it's symmetric. So you're going to start feeling that you have a little bit more movement, and on camera you'll be able to notice her legs are starting to move more. Hopefully you'll end up taking a deep breath. There. So I can just, you can move a little bit more. So I'm out of the corner of my eye, when I am moving at the middle, I see your head moving around a lot. I don't like that. And that may be part of the stress also for your head, is that anything in your core, whether you're working out or just going through your day, any movement here is actually reflecting some stress that shouldn't be impacting your head. And it's also going to make your eyes have to adapt, because your eyes really want to keep a constant picture, a constant image. So there may be a lot of eye movement that is stressful. Here. Okay, so now this is moving better, and I don't see your head moving around as much. Let's recheck some arms. That feels a whole lot easier. And can lift a lot easier. And let's see the other side. Great. Just to stay on the same surgery, so that was just a general relationship in your core. Because of where they went, they start in the middle and then go down to each side. We're just going to kind of make an upside down V and sort of support that. Because even though it's minimally invasive, the whole inside really gets disrupted. And then it just has to heal itself, and it doesn't really know how to work together again. There. Can you feel that it's moving more?
Yeah.
So, well, this side is tighter.
I'm already.
But it's changing. There we go. So which baby was the C-section?
The second of 3.
Okay.
She's 12 now.
Wow. There. Actually, so with a lot of people, I'll find tightness of the hip. I actually really didn't feel that so much for you. So that's a good thing. All right, let's see how your shoulders move now. That's easier and much better. And this one. What's nice is you don't have any injuries. You've got all these medical things, but no car accidents, no bike accidents. So that's good. Although this elbow seems a little playing too much pickleball.
Nope. Just a lot of typing on the computer.
Oh, okay. A lot of mouse.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see if shoulders. I didn't check this earlier, but we want to make sure it works. So I'm going to come under. There's a little bit of motion. I feel there's more on the left than the right. Let's see about your head. Okay. Well, your head finally moves. Right and left and forward and back. Yeah, okay, you've got all of that. Here's what I don't feel still, is when I'm lifting your head and I start to kind of come up as if I'm going to start to sit you up, I don't feel like you're going to just flow to sit up. So let's see if we can get that to happen, because it's actually coordination between your head tipping forward and the abs that start kind of right below the diaphragm. And it's so that sit-ups aren't work. It's like your abs ought to just automatically activate. And so we're going to try to help restore that pairing of head motion to ab activation. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get this facing you, because it's my hand coordination that is not my best. So I'm supporting at her head and just below her ribs. And this is the area where there was some surgical trauma. And there, your back started to relax. Okay. I actually sense your breathing just started to change. Could you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just kind of moving, but also a little bit of compression here. And I think you're going to start to sit up. You'll feel your abs fire, so it'll be cool. Okay, ready? Oh, they did. Okay, but I like to practice things 3 times.
Okay.
So that was 1. There's 2. Okay, this time you get to put your hands there, and you get to feel. Yay.
All right.
That ought to take some stress off of your neck as well.
I hope so. Yeah.
Because posturally, it's like when you come forward, then your abs kick in to support you, but so your neck muscles don't have to do all that holding. Okay, so let's just match up your whole side. So arm and leg, I'm going to roll you toward me just a little bit.
Okay.
All right. I'd like it to be a little bit easier, but I don't think it would have moved before. There. I think I just had to remember. There. Okay, I'm going to come around the other side. This need to be patient. I can feel it's like trying to think about it. There we go. We'll practice a couple times. There. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna let you sit up, and we're gonna recheck. You can swing your legs around. We're going to recheck how you're moving from side to side. So before, this was not easy and not even. And now you're just like tick-tock. And then, so now there's more movement lower in your core as I'm turning you. It's not just all in your ribs. Okay. But I also want to make sure your head moves. So a little to the left, a little to the right, and turning. Okay, it turns a little bit more to the left than the right. And there you go. And then forward and back. Perfect. Okay, I do want to recheck or check and make sure it's good. Is the thing with vision that is not the same as what the eye doctors check. It's how working with hands. So I want you to hold like this.
Okay.
And I'm going to move this around and just let your arms flow. Go with it. And just watch the green ball. Okay. Perfect. Okay. They're all even. They all work. I'd like it to be more fluid, but it's not, with some people, whether they've had an arm injury or a head thing, that sometimes it's just stuck. So then it's hard, it's easier to look to one side and hard to do something to the other. It feels like you can do everything. It just may take a little bit more energy than some other people might be expending. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay, stand up and let's make sure that you're moving very nicely. Oh, feel how easy, like I barely have to move now. So your core and then forward and back. So before when I tested, you moved, but it was all coming out of your feet. Now it actually feels like it's your whole body. Let's moving back and forth and turning. Beautiful. Okay. So quick recap. Ellie's had several different surgeries. A prophylactic mastectomy, a C-section, and a laparoscopic abdominal. And we tested each of those three. And the one that really played the role in the tightness at her shoulders, her arms, and her neck was the laparoscopic one. So
interesting.
Yeah, so restored motion on the pathways that would have taken, so that you've got some movement in your tummy, and then reconnected the how that fires with head movement when we come forward, and that should take some stress off of your head.
Great, thank you.
So give Ellie a thumbs up. Such a great. And for those of you watching, thank you for being here. This was actually a really cool example of how to problem solve and figure out which is the most important thing to address, rather than just going down the list. One of them matters more than the others. If you'd like to learn more about our classes, if you're a professional, you want to learn, there's information for our course in the show notes. And hit subscribe to our channel so that you can get more interesting examples just like this. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.